I'm going to show you how to build a prism just in general. So if you want to see how to do the specific questions, like the one that asks you for a certain volume or a certain base, that's what these ones are for. So you'll get into those. But this first video is just how to build a prism in general. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So let's just grab one to start with. Let's do this one. And I'm going to go ahead and build a prism. First thing I suggest is to use these ones that are flat first. These are a little more advanced. I mean, they're fine, but the ones that look like bases or like floors or stories in a building are easier to work with. All I'm going to do is find my base and build stories on top of it with these. And I'll make it as high as I want. The reason this says 5 times 3 is because those are the dimensions of the base. So the length is 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the width is 3. It goes back into space. That means that the area of this base is 15, and then all of these have 15 cubes in them, and I'm just going to make this prism as high as I want. So let's say I'm going to make it 2 stories high. All right, so that just means I'm going to put 2 of them. So what I do is I grab the one I want and I stack it on top and I just try to line it up. That red line in the middle shows me that it's exactly in the middle, but it doesn't have to be completely perfect. Then I let go. You can see that it doesn't look right. It's because the blue one is behind the green, and that'll happen a lot because Google Slides doesn't know which one you want on top. So I'm just going to select it. It's already selected there. If it wasn't, I would need to click on the blue, not the green. There it is. And I'm going to bring it in front. And the way I do that is I go up to Arrange, Order, slide over, and click Bring to Front. And you can see there's a shortcut there if you want to try it. And now it's good. So there's my prism. It's 5 times 3 with the height of 2. Let's say I actually wanted to make the height 3. I would just grab another one, or you could even copy and paste that one. But I'll grab another one since I'm already here. And again, it's behind, so I'm just going to bring it to front. There we go. Now I have a prism that's 5 by 3 by 3 because the base is 5 by 3 and then the height is 3. And I could keep going. So something else you can do if you wanted to build it with those other blocks down there, it would be fine, but it's not as easy. If you're doing the questions that ask you for a specific base, this is your base. But for like the end project, you could experiment with these. And the way you do it is you just bring them out in front like this. So these are a bit more advanced. But it makes the same prism. It's turned on the side. So instead of a base, it's like the back wall, and then you're just building out. So those are 2 ways to build a prism. And when you're actually working on the questions, I would suggest copying and pasting these pieces and bringing them over to the question you're working on, because then you might need these pieces again for something else. So this is just how to build a prism in general. But let's say, for example, you were actually working on like this question, and I need a base of 4, so 2 by 2. I would come up here and I would grab them. So click away from it, drag, and select. So I'd grab the pieces I wanted and I would copy and paste them onto the slide I'm working on so that all these pieces are still here for next time. To copy them, you would do Control C on a PC or Chromebook. If you have a Mac, you do Command C, C for copy, or you come up to Edit, Copy. And then you come down to whichever one you're working on and paste them. Paste is Control V or Command V. Paste. Now I actually have my pieces. I can build my prism here. And I recommend that because then for the next question or whatever, the pieces are still there. Okay. So now I can say, okay, this one wants an area 4 for the base, and then it's 3 stories high. And I can just kind of play around with it here. One more thing I'll show you is if you want to, you can change the color of some of these. And the way you do that is you come over to Format. Actually, first let me put this one in front. Come over to Format and click on Recolor, and you can change the color. It doesn't give you a ton of options, but there's an option for you. Okay. Last thing I want to show you is if you don't have this menu up here, click here, and that'll bring it back.